NANI?!
Glad you can make it to the warehouse. I'm Wilgus, and I have got a fantastic model kit to showcase for you today. Big shout out to Gundam Shop Central. To Gundam Central Shop for sending me this model kit. It has, just like the Tastier, has been an amazing model kit. You're able to pick it up from their USA warehouse. So fantastic on its pricing, $68. I think there is maybe a shipping is free if it's to the United States via UPS ground, so take advantage. But very excited for the long video, as well as a bit of a long time between this and the last video that we posted a couple of months. Life has been busy. I appreciate and thank all of you for continued your support, for watching, sharing, and everything. We still have our memberships. We still have our lives. We have a ton of other ways for you to support the channel. So everything that you do, thank you. And I am very much looking forward to going over the articulation, the accessories, the unboxing of the box itself. So we have a ton of big details to go over for the Lone Shadow, and he's not going to be lonely for long because you're gonna want to pick up this model kit. It's great, pricing is fantastic, accessories is amazing, articulation is off the chain, and it's interchangeable with another model kit, so you've got a lot of playability. And I hope you've got a little bit of some time to hang out with some Warehouse Wilgus. So without further ado, let's get into the HeMoXian Non-Zero Studio Lone Shadow. So, going over the articulation of the HeMoXian Lone Shadow. Oh, and it's impressive. Definitely what I would call basic for this type of model kit. We do have, starting from the top, some really great motion on the neck and the head, which can look left and right fully, can look up amazingly, can look down amazingly as well, because there's two ball joints setups happening on the neck. So that's very nice. Also with the added effect of the click, you can get some light effect for your head. Whoa, it looks really nice. Again, I love blue. Head portion can also be swapped out very easily for many of the other different types of heads available. And there's also some mouth movement. Now, moving the head forward will initiate this little effect, and I love how that's kind of like flush with it. On the shoulder pads, they're on a ball joint, which can move up or down and up. And when on there, you can push it all the way in or pull it out to give it some movement. But for the sake, we will still have some up and downward movement on the shoulder. At the shoulder joint, we can still extend out a good 90 degrees. At the bicep, we can still rotate. Then at the elbow, we can rotate full 360. And at the wrist, because it's on a peg, we'll be able to go ahead and rotate full 360. Now, very fun thing, like in the Tastier, you have a bit of some downward movement on the wrist, which is also shown off in that forearm with that little rubbery material, which is also apparent on the bicep. Now, even though it's a single joint for the movement, it still goes up quite well. So I really enjoy the articulation in the upper body. Quick update, we did not mention on the forearm how there is a hinge motion, and this little piece is going to be able to connect to other weapons, just like in the hand that's holding here. There are multiple different hands, which we will showcase with the accessory section. And there's also just a nice butterfly joint, which is not really greatly visible because I have the cloth kind of fully over on our guy. But removing will give us a nice kind of look. We also have these little bone portions that are movable to show you that forward butterfly movement, because it can still move side to side and up and down. So, wow, nicer look at the neck. And how it can move side to side, can fully 360. Look that high, look that low, look that low. With that. Also, forward, double movement, 1, 2, 3, and I totally forgot, when you move at the hips, you have still a full, very large movement right on that side. So you've got quite the ab crunch, an available area of articulation for our ninja boy. Definitely the movement of our front skirt can give way to quite some movement, which is still very nice. And again, that side to side movement is just beautiful. And I did not actually show off on the spine. That's a cool little bendiness that you don't see along with some articulation. It's a really nice looking figure. And for the sake of it, we have a side to side, upper twist, lower twist at the lower waist, a upward downward motion on your forward waist guard, ball joints on the side, which can be removed very easily, but also can be kicked up out of the way. Not that it'll be an issue. What's very cool on this particular unit is that you also have a very fun forward moving hinge on the hip, which is very cool. I'm not sure exactly why that's going to be very apparent, but I mean, he can sit down and cross his legs. That's pretty cool in my opinion. So very nice, but that does add for some articulation. The back leg and forward leg movement. Back skirt can hold on to some weapons as well once you remove this little portion for it. You do have, again, a single bend at the knee, but it does show off some really cool thigh mechanics and over there at the knee. And on the ankle, which will allow full 360, when unpegged, there is this other add-on portion which will help future add-on weapons, which we will show off later. It's on a nice little ball joint. We'll then peg right into the ankle. Oh, and this little portion can also articulate. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving. It's moving. And from the ankle, you still are going to have some nice forward and back movement. The heel can go up and down. The front toe can go up and down, with the toes also being nice and movable. You still have some nice side to side movement on that foot. And it can still move down and up. So you can really get some very cool ninja-esque kind of moves and poses, which we will show off later. Ninja poof, magic. Accessory-wise for the Lone Shadow, it's not alone in how many blades, accessories, different add-ons that you can get for our good boy. So let's take a look at a few of the different types of pointy sticks and weapons that we've got for our Lone Shadow. So one thing I do want to already talk about is on the shoulders, you do have some ports that you are able to pop out some of the included protectors, and you can store a couple of different weapons on the portions here. So like for the kunai, for an example, you can, if you wanted to, store it right there on the shoulder. And that is also, as you can see, since it's just a ball joint, you can just take out some of the other side parts and still attach if you wanted to. So you have a lot of very cool variability with it. Accessory wise for the kunai, it also is with one portion, just a knife handle. So it's really nice that you get the option to be able to connect different types of blades and accessories to those. For the kunai itself, you can either take this little portion out, so it can go back to just being a regular kunai on its own, which does look a lot nicer without that little stick kind of standing out. And so again, once we've got the versatility, now the upsetting portion is I don't have the connecting portions, even though there should be 2 leftovers, because you do have a handle that also is with your sword with 2 extra add-on pieces. And I love how the scabbard also can connect onto our unit as well. Sheath, you can see it through a little bit there. Sword accessory wise, you do have a regular looking one with its connecting pieces. You have a small blade, thicker blade. You can put 2 small blades together. You can also detach them with the right rotation to make it a single blade. I just lost the connecting part that's supposed to go into the handle, so I can't show that. Then you also still have the very large portion. Now, what you can still connect it into is into one of these portions, and that will still let you, oops, well, that's probably not a good way to look at it. You'll still plug in, and using one of the handles, which they'll hold on to, you can still technically wear it, if you will, but that's not really how it's going to be held. I would recommend using one of the recommended forearms, which does have a lot of use with the blue energy that you can see. But on one of these 2 included forearm pieces, you do have a very nice rotating or hinging portion, which, oh my god, is this where it was? This is G3. Oh my goodness. You can plug that into the handle so you can have the sword. I didn't lose it. Oh yeah. So that's very cool. And I'm very excited. So that's where that went. Oh my god, that is so cool. So one of the benefits of playing with your toys is you get to see the cool things that these toys can do, which I didn't even recognize. The wrist can still go forward, but it can also go side to side. So you've got a lot of rotation there, but taking the hand off of the peg, you are able to add the Wolverine-esque little ninja claws as you peg inside there. We have some, what I call the Wolverine claws, the triple on a ball joint, very maneuverable, goes onto the wrist, close the hand, and now you have our boy getting ready to look like he's gonna skydive on into a place or shoot a grapple hook, because one piece that you have here, which is a little hard to take out, so we'll show you the wired version. You have a grapple hook, which does have a hinge, 3 different pieces, put it on a wire, and I love it because you can get your ninja grapple hook effect. Give it a nice little plug in there. So this is where you can get really into some fun articulation of it. Now, on the forearm of our person, if I can get it out here, you do have this little hinging portion that will also connect, like the, I don't know, it's like a male portion, into the actual hook itself. So once you detach that, let's see if I can do this. It's connected in 2 places. One on the hand where the sword is, and then this one's on the back forearm. And so you just connect. I would probably start with the hand because you can still hinge it if you want it. They're both on ball joints, so you do have some ability to maneuver. And it does go in nice and snug. So that is so nice how you can do that. You can't do both the handle and I think. Because if we're... It would be a tight fit. And I don't feel like I like how over the top it is. But, I mean, yeah. Whoops, I'm losing thumbs here and there. So that is definitely one option I think you could do, but it would be a little bit tight if you wanted to do that. But hey, there are so many connectable options on these guys. It is amazing. So that being said, you still have, as you're seeing, all these really fun ports that you can connect the lightning effects once you've replaced the non-ported parts. So you can have them sealed, not ready to go. You can go full-on energy sword version if you really wanted to. Also be replaced with some very cool added effects that makes it look like it's already kind of slashing, like it's electrified, like it's doing a power-up move. And you have 4 of those that can be used for each of the blades, so that's very cool. How using the additional hand holder here, which is how you're able to also get our guy to, oopsie, hold these, is you would be able to just slit that in, and depending on how you want to have your item rotated, you can have different type of blades set up, or have a full-on circle attached onto, you would use the included shield, what you get to be able to make in different color coordinations, or fully white, purple, if you wanted to. But by lifting up the little hinge there, you'll be able to connect that onto their wrist, and that way you can have multiple different kind of setups for the knife. So I really love how there's just so many different variable customizations and setups for this. And even if like you wanted to, since this also has that plug-in on the front there, I think it might be too thin. Oh no, it does. So that's pretty cool. Kinda dig how that looks. So you've got a lot of different versatility, even with this chain, which goes with like a kunai and chain kind of a thing. You have a hinge, and amazing. Then so many different electric parts that can attach onto the chest of our Lone Shadow. So once you've already started getting set up for the visuals, you can actually connect the altering rib cages, so that way our guy can be able to still show off, right? Yeah, you can still show off some of the lightning effects on him to make it, again, make it look like there's more slashing-esque looks. Oh, dude, I think that's just really cool that you can add a lot of different points to it. And if you really wanted to, right, with a lot of these other hinges and portions that are inside here, this is where you start getting a chance to show off that very cool effect-esque to adding some motion. Oh, dude, that's just very cool. I think it's very sweet, the idea that you'd be able to show off a lot more of like just versatility and choices for your accessories here. So a lot of lightning, a lot of blades, and I believe there's even going to be a third party, or not a third party, another accessory pack that's going to be available for this. So gotta stay tuned for that. We have an amazing cloak, which is a little thin in my opinion comparative to our other guy, Tastier. And this hood does leave a little, in my opinion, to be wanted. But at least it's cool that it adds up like a little cloak for him on his side, on his arms, once he finally has it on. Oopsie. Now you do also have effect pieces here that are going to be red, blue, or white. So you do have 3 different choices when it's going to get to the different armor bits. I'm a blue guy, so that's why I went with my blue, of course. But definitely you can leave that up to your choice. So definitely you can swap it with the blue, the white, or the red on the horns, but you only have blue for the lightning, and in my opinion, that's my favorite. Now, you still also can add the HeMoXian Tastier's hand and make it look and be used. So again, all those different ports and connectability parts are really nice. So amazing. If you ever get confused, you can always use the included picture to help you point out which ones go where. Like some are ball joints, some are actual pegs. And then connecting onto the actual base, which can have the silver piece added or not. And you also have a ton of those hinged points, as well as they can connect with the part in the wall that can detach. And so you'll just attach the appropriate feet to the bottom, which slide. And the wall itself can also slide. To not even exclude, then we've got the very fun and adjustable wall that our ninja can hold on to with a fun hinge. Can also, once it's unhooked, extend, lock, once you have it where you need it to. You can adjust your swing and also angle of where you are going to be hinging. Oh, and then you also have these little feet that help get the arm attached, which is bendy and will also attach to our boy. And we have the full-on case that will hold our hands, different styles. Once turned around, placed inside. Ideally, it should be able to close fully while showing off what the other name is. This will be able to attach onto the bottom and give us a way, if we wanted to also, attach onto the back if we wanted to give it kind of a very fun-esque idea of holding. So yeah, you've got some options. So many options, and a couple extra pieces. So this is really nice, I think, for the sake of if you really wanted to look around for some fun articulation. And when you remember also that this comes with a big bonus that has all the extra pieces. You have different head parts you can attach onto our tastier that would start giving us a very different kind of, again, vibe and look overall. There. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's kind of cool. As well as some amazingly nice and sharp 4 ninja stars, which are exceptionally sharp. So if you are not careful, you are going to hurt yourself. Now, these are able to be held in a hand, which we will show a little bit later. Oh, just so many weapons for this guy. And I haven't been able to do that myself, but once you finally open, you can store all the different items here, but I can't get mine to fully close. You also have a portion that you can use for the hands, which are very nice. Spot to hold the faces, and the included bonus cloth, which is quite nice. So lots of different accessories, pieces that will help it attach it onto its cloth. Just a ton of different stuff. So very excited and loving all that you can get with the HeMoXian Lone Shadow.
That size comparison is fantastic, with Lone Shadow looks next to tastier, the real grade Evangelion, the SNAA 1/44 scale BE editions, with the ZAA Masamune Liger, the Big O from Good Smile, the Figurize Amplified Standard Omnimon Antibody version, as well as the Exodia Figurize Standard Amplified, and the Black Luster Soldier. The Fat Cat RX-78-2 and Real Grade, with some Transformers next to them, Magic Square. The SH Figuarts Goku and Kotobukiya Mega Man. The ZAA. Or SNAA, sorry. No, yeah, ZAA Blue Flame. Oh my god. It's just, I love him. He's so gorgeous. And scale-wise, as we start going to Tianwei from King Dao, Motor Nuclear's Ao Bing. And Zhao Yun coming soon. Ainta Sky Defender, looking large and in charge. Followed up by the Thick Geese Monument Repair type. Tall Geese. Were the details we're going to find on the Lone Shadow box once you finally get the Big Boy Deluxe Edition. I love the little holographic blue that you get on one side. Opposites, you do get to see some of the future combination, but on the front you get a nice little surprise peek at the 5 different variations. Over Zero, HeMoXian, Lone Shadow, Gift with First Goods, but the green leaf bones, that's important later. Again, on one side you get to see the blue version armor set up. On the opposite side, a different head and black armor set up. And detail-wise, again, on the box, you have a lot to look at. Alone by itself, you start seeing like product identification information and production batches, green leaf bones, HeMoXian Original Mecha Series. For the actual stand, Lone Shadow's composite combination blade offers versatile playability. The 2 blades can be combined and connected with the connector to form a cross-shaped shuriken mode, then can be combined with an arm-mounted shield to form a raptor claw mode. For the wall mountain, you've also got the multifunctional panel seen in the pictures requires an additional purchase of the 1 Lone Shadow or accessory pack to set up. Then you have the versatile wall system that can be configured into different panel shapes through various combinations. Besides serving as a mounting point for Lone Shadow, it can be used to hang and store equipment weapons. Now the accessory pack, in addition to being compatible with Lone Shadow set, can be used with Tastier to create various effects, offering a rich variety of play options. The cape of Tastier and Lonely Shadow can also be swapped. You also have variations of the 5 people getting set up. Hui! The head with a different LED, the chest feature with 5 metal etched plates, each corresponding to different emblems of the 5 individuals. The picture can show you different references if you want to use the light red and blue armor effects, as well as the LED emitting device with the eyes of the Lone Shadow with its neck accessibility. Now the Lone Shadow black arms, legs, and things can be constructed using the TPE materials, which provide excellent elasticity and softness, enabling them to withstand frequent bending and stretching without damage. And also the special effects with if as well. What is this? The surface of the platform can be opening on both sides, allowing to store the Lone Shadow's weapons and other accessories. There is just so much. That's just already on the side. Getting to the actual box itself now, let's take a look. In the deluxe version, you are treated to 2 large boxes that are going to also have a hidden scene included. That's going to be like a little trifold. On the accessory pack, a picture of what it's going to look like, who's making it, and also a nice visual representation if you want to start placing some of the accessories. Then the actual Lone Shadow box itself, nice and similar in shape to the previous accessory box, and I love my boxes. And it's just all nice and packed snugly. So I've got to say, HeMoXian's doing really good on its packaging. Now, as for the little trifold insert, it has a really cool fold out, whereas like a city scene for Tastier, this one has more of like an open sunset kind of a look. And on the opposite side, a nice bust look of our Lone Shadow. Now, opening up the Lone Shadow box itself, you are also treated to another blueprint picture, which was also in the Tastier Deluxe Edition. And I love this art style and design on that grid paper kind of thing. Preview of the weapons, the stance. Very cool. The included cape. Stickers. I'll probably never use. And the light portion for the head. The instructions are also amazing, with going over details in the history of the actual, the Greenleaf people and our guy's backstory about how he was taken in by this actual organization, and it's really cool. I love also how detailed it is on the instructions as you're going through and making it. So you will not get lost in any of these Chinese model kit creations. I want to say this is a part replacement form, but I don't think I'm going to use that here in the States. Then the metal etchings for the 5 different pieces and chests that you can do, and water slide decals I may one day finally use. Now the accessory box. Instructions on how to create and make all the instructions, as well as to place all the parts inside of the base and other ways of setting it up. It's very detailed. A lot packed in instruction forms, as well as the instructions for the lightning placements when you want to go into his overclocked mode. And your wall mount. So a lot definitely packaged in the Super Special Awesome Edition. Now, once you've actually opened up everything and inspected all of your runners, you are going to be treated to how much of it is undergated. How much of it actually feels pretty good. Inspection-wise on the actual model kits too, again, as I was mentioning, the plastic feels good. It doesn't feel light. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels really nice, as well as how it's moving around. You're treated to a lot of effect blue parts, my personal favorite, as anybody in the channel who's watched in the past will know. A slashing effect. The different weapon runners, very sharp, very pointy. We'll talk about that later. Parts you can see that were spray painted, but originally white. And your metal arm, which is quite flexible. And a chain for the kunai, plastic, but whew, can swing, baby. Now I did lose the upper mouth portion, but overall, all parts were there. And that's another thing to talk about, is the delivery of these type of model kits have definitely gotten a lot nicer, and quality control is really good. I will say also you're included with these very bendable portions that they were talking about earlier. And instructions on the QR code on where you need to place it and how to do it. But overall, a nice number of runner kits. You got what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22? Wow. And the instructions are clear? Whoa. I think we can all learn a little something from this, can't we? It's crisp, it's bold, it tells you exactly what parts you're gonna need, which ones you may want to switch and change. And as always, make sure you test your electronics before you build and put them inside. Because you never want to like get to that point and it's broken and then you need to replace it and take things apart. And battery-wise, I think it's an LR42. Let's take a look, shall we, at some cutting editing. Enjoy. So getting to the electronic portions, once you actually put the battery inside, ooh, that's a beautiful blue. And you only have the one blue setting. If pressing and holding it, if not, you do not get any other versions by pressing it or holding it, but you have a very nice bright blue, which will be visible and shown in the videos later on. And I love my Tamiya panel liner using my fountain pen tip application. It helps on how much of the panel liner that I'm putting on there. Now I know many people will say that I'm doing blasphemous techniques by just applying it, and this is going to cause the plastic to become brittle. And you were probably right, but in the 3 years that I've been building it and the amount of times that I've been using it, it has not happened. So do not let it pool. Enjoy as it brings out the inner detail that's molded onto that plastic. And oh boy, is there a ton of detail on this plastic. Whether it's on the face details, now even on the black and blue armor, you will have a little bit of some variation and some mileage, I guess, with the panel liner, but I love it. That hard black shows so much of it. And it looks kind of cool when it just runs down. Ooh, love it. So what techniques do you all do? I need to start learning how to prime this before and then apply the panel liner, but it adds so much of the detail. It clicks in so nicely. Varying weapons as you start building it, going from like the kunai to the Wolverine claws, the sheath for the katana, and the connecting ability for Tastier and HeMoXian, as I may have mentioned earlier in the video, is interchangeable between each other. And once you have it put together, that just looks great. You also do have included 2 variations of the red and blue eyes, which are kind of blue and not blue, or one's kind of covered with oh my god, what do you call it? Silver spray paint. I don't know, I don't like them. The etchings, I feel, are kind of hard probably to change, but once you decide on whichever one that you do want to use, you just go ahead, and I've gotten some better, flatter tweezers, but it does help being able to just pick it up, take it off, it's already adhesive, and apply. And it's kind of cool to see that extra, really increased detail added to the model kit. adding the blue choice for the crystal on the front. Fantastic. Great putting it together. As I was doing a horrible job before earlier mentioning the 3 different variations of the eyes. But finally, once the chest and the head is put together, it's starting to come together. Really liking the way it's looking. Especially with that blue from the eyes. Just piercing into the soul. And using the plano carrier to keep my pieces organized as I move around between work and home, we're able to go ahead and start putting the waist together, which helps with the articulation. I decided again to go with the blue armor choice comparative to the lighter blue color armor choice that you're seeing comparative to the black one. And here's what the lights look like with no light, or the eyes look like with no lights. Very nice. Now, little parts for how to get the part and cut the plastic that's a little bendy. You don't rip the plastic off, you don't just cut it. You want to apply a little bit of some stress as you're pulling it, and then, as you're seeing, then you cut. Because it's rubber, it doesn't get cut, it's kind of getting squished. So you want to add a little bit of some tension, cut it, and that way it stays a little bit more tighter and cleaner, because you can't really grind that. And those parts are going to be used in the arms for the biceps, which add a little bit of that muscularness to the model kit. And again, I really enjoy its level of articulation from its bicep to its elbow to its wrists, and the number of hands that you have. Definitely makes it very expressive. That butterfly joint is also really nice for that level of articulation. Sneak peek with lightning. Zap! Now building on the legs as well, again surprisingly articulated. And with 2 of the gauntlets that are included, you're really starting to see how the Lone Shadow is starting to come together. The little peak of our Ainta Sky Defender in the back. Was he taken down by Lone Shadow with only 2 kunai? You'll have to wait and see. Dang, he's gorge, even with his missing teeth. Now you also get a metal sheet that's included not only in Tastier's presentation, but also in, Lone Shadow's. I applied it later. But seeing Lone Shadow next to his other friend, what I'm gonna say is his friend, of Tastier, and the other variety of options, and his doggy. Really. So thanks again for coming on over to Warehouse Wilgus and taking a look at the review of the Lone Shadow by HeMoXian. It's been a fantastic one. I'm very happy to have finally gotten it through, and I have a lot of other action figures and model kits to look forward to reviewing, so be excited for a little bit of some downtime from me, but more things to come in 2027. Love you guys.